Charles Darwin and scientific evidence supporting evolution. Who is Charles Darwin? Charles Robert Darwin was a naturalist and biologist known for his theory of evolution and the process of natural selection. He lived during 19th century. Theory of evolution. It is the process by which organisms change over time as a result of changes in heritable physical or behavioral traits. These changes allow an organism to better adapt to its environment, will help it survive and have more offspring. Scientific evidence that supports a theory of evolution. There are 5 scientific evidences which are anatomy, molecular biology, biogeography, fossil and direct observation. In anatomy, share of unique features from 2 species or more may come from the reason that they have common ancestor. We will use shared features of 2 species to trace backward, then create a branching tree in which all species are traced back to have common ancestors. For example, the forelimbs of whales, humans, birds, and dogs look different on the outside. However, the pattern of the bones is very similar across the species, as you can see from the picture below. In molecular biology, these shared features, which are DNA, genetic code, process of gene expression and molecular building blocks, show that all lives are created from common ancestor. The more DNA differences in homologous genes or amino acid differences in the proteins they encode between 2 species, the more distantly the species are related. For example, in human and chimpanzees insulin tests are 98% identical, but in human and chicken test is only 64%. This shows that human and chimpanzee are more closely related than human and chicken. Biogeography. In biogeography, it involves with the move of tectonic plate over time. This kind of evolution mostly occurs with species on island. The example is finch. Charles noticed that finches that live in different islands have different kind of beaks. He thought that it's because of food which appear to be different in islands. Fossil. Since scientists can roughly date fossils, they can reconstruct evolutionary history of present species. For instance, scientists are able to check the horse lineage from these fossils and create a family tree for horse and their extinct relatives. Direct observation. This situation is taking place around us. We can see this from the drug resistance of bacteria or the pesticide resistance of insects. In 1950s, we used insecticide to kill mosquito. At first, it was very effective. However, it became less and less effective over time since the mosquitoes has evolved by the process of natural selection. This picture shows how the mosquitoes became resistant to the insecticide. More example of natural selection. Giraffe. We used to have both long neck and short neck giraffes. However, the food of the giraffes is on the upper part of the tree. Therefore, the short neck one would have problem eating food, since the long neck trait has more success than the short neck. It will pass on this trait to the offspring. And the short neck one will gradually die without giving their traits to the offspring. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.
Created using Powtoon.